If you want to watch every episode of the Stop and Go F1 Retro Review of 1981 right now, you can do so by becoming a Mansell Mustache member. Click the link in the description below. Adamant is still number one. The Four Seasons is another film I've never heard of, but apparently is the biggest film in the world. And the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe, has been sentenced to life in prison. But more importantly, it's time for the Monaco Grand Prix of 1981. The big story on the grid here is that Hector Rabac has failed to qualify for the Monaco Grand Prix, whilst his teammate Nelson Piquet is on pole, 3.5 seconds quicker than Rabac. Another driver disappointed in qualifying will be Didier Pironi. After leading moments of the last two races, he starts this race down in 17th place. So here is the front of the grid. It is Piquet from Villeneuve, then Nigel Mansell in the new Lotus 87 in its first outing. Then it's Reutemann in 4th, Patrese in 5th, and another disappointing qualifying for Jones in 7th place. Although the start of this race has been delayed due to a fire in one of the hotels. A fire broke out in the kitchen of the Lowe's Hotel, and when the fire was put out, the water used seeped through the floor and into the Monaco tunnel. So, on this very, very hot day in Monaco, the entire track is dry, apart from the track in the tunnel, which is wet.
And onto the circuit, and there is a consultation between the officials, and I saw Bernie Ecclestone, the head man of the Formula One Constructors Association. That's Jody Scheckter in the yellow shirt, the head man of the Grand Prix Drivers Association. And they are obviously deciding whether to start the race. And meanwhile, the drivers, and there's John Watson, one of the Marlborough drivers, are resting, waiting phlegmatically for the race to begin. Very phlegmatically, because that is Siegfried Starr, the Arrows driver, who always meditates. He's a yoga man, and he is able totally to switch off before a race begins and thoroughly rest himself. And he's got, regrettably, an extra opportunity. Hello, Dave. Dave Luckett is the man, the Arrows mechanic whose legs were broken, whose leg, singular, was broken in Belgium in that dramatic crash which you may have seen. And that's a message from the Arrows mechanics. And meantime, now the drivers are coming out. There has been a delay while the drivers were consulted. And it has been decided, I understand, to start the race, warning the drivers and giving them time to go round on a warm-up lap, or maybe 2 warm-up laps, and see where that wet patch is. Meantime, the officials are hopeful that they'll clear the track. There is Mario Andretti, who has just won at Indianapolis, and Patrick Tambay, the French driver. And this is the position of the World Championship as Monaco begins.
The race does start though eventually, and it's a great start for Nelson Piquet, who maintains the lead.
And get ready for Saint-Devote. There was big trouble there last year. They're away clearly. Good start. Piquet leads from Villeneuve with Mansell 3rd and Reutemann 4th, Patrese 5th, Jones in 7th position, De Angelis in 6th place, and they're all safely round Saint-Devote. And thank heavens for that.
But more importantly, it's time for the amazing Andrea de Cesaris.
The amazing Andrea de Cesaris.
All is well. All is not well. Saint-Devote. That's two of the red and white cars. That's an Alfa Romeo in the background, and it's a Marlborough car. And it looks to me like de Cesaris, the car in front. That's the Marlborough car. This is a replay. Let's look and see what happened. Watch the Armco to the right. Let's see. Let's try and identify the cars. The back one is Alfa Romeo, the front one is a Marlborough. So the front one is definitely de Cesaris.
The amazing Andrea de Cesaris.
Back out in the front now, and Piquet has built a good gap over Villeneuve in 2nd. Marc Zura is being lapped now, but is struggling to get out of the actual way.
Right up on the Brazilian in the Brabham, number 5. And if Zura is going to move anywhere, it could be up up the hill from Saint-Devote. Let's see. They're coming up to the right-hander at Saint-Devote now. Piquet's coming right up alongside him, and Sura moves over. Beautiful. Piquet through. He has already lapped Marc Sura, and now Marc Sura has got a whole line of cars closing up behind him, and it's giving Piquet the chance to break away, to really break away.
Reutemann appears to have damage, no idea what has happened at the front of this race.
But I thought it was Alan Jones, but it's Reutemann. Carlos Reutemann, and I see Nigel Mansell has dropped back. Sensational development.
But Jones is all over Villeneuve now for P2.
There is Villeneuve, ignore the caption, it wasn't Reutemann of course. Now there's Jones third, Patrese fourth, and De Angelis passing Nigel Mansell as they went into the station hairpin. That's interesting. Nigel Mansell is in trouble, and it's significant that Mansell was just ahead of Reutemann, that Reutemann went into the pits. I'm guessing that they've had a coming together, and that it was Mansell's rear wheel, I would guess, that must have hit Reutemann's front wing, and that accounts for the fact that he's having to change the nose cone. Patrese fourth, and there is Carlos Reutemann, the man leading the World Championship, in the pits having the nose cone changed.
And this is Nigel Mansell, who is out, and we still don't know why. Strangely, we are seeing images of him getting duct tape put on his legs. Hopefully we don't miss anything important whilst this is happening.
Pete Jones is ahead! Alan Jones has got ahead of Gilles Villeneuve, and we missed it! That's tragic, because it must have been a superb bit of passing, and because we saw them previously at going up to Saint-Devote, that must mean that Alan Jones got ahead of Gilles Villeneuve on the drop down to Mirabeau, and we missed it!
Well, this seems as good a time as any to go to our F1 cinematography of the week. But what's this? It's Riccardo Patrese, who's out from P4. I honestly do hope that this race doesn't have too many DNFs, because I don't know if my heart could take it. Let's check on René Arnoux.
Arnoux out. Now there's another one. The mice are really getting at him. René Arnoux out of the race, the sixth place man.
Okay, how about Elio De Angelis?
And that's De Angelis. They're falling out like flies. Elio De Angelis.
Didier Pironi?
For the leaders, and here comes Pironi challenging Chiva, and Chiva's off. Complete spin. Pironi has... And that was Piquet behind, and Eddie Chiva somehow have got to get out of this situation. I think he will, because I can hear the engine is still running. He was in 8th position, but of course he is no longer. Getting a lot of help from the marshals. Not really allowed. Engaging gear. And through in the background. And Eddie Chiva waving his arm, his hands furiously, saying, push me back, push me back. I can't get reverse, and now he's away.
Carlos Reutemann.
And Reutemann out of his car. He's out for the first time in 16 races. Carlos Reutemann has retired.
Wait a minute, I thought he was already out. Is he out? He's out again. He's out again. And let's head back to the front of this race now as Alan Jones closes in on Nelson Piquet.
Him off at the chicane, and naturally Alan Jones, look at Alan Jones challenging. He's now going to harry Nelson Piquet every inch of the way. He's going to say, I'm here on the right, I'm here on the left, see me behind you. And Nelson Piquet is going to need every ounce of determination and a phlegmatic approach to keep Alan Jones behind him and not overdo things. Look at that, look at Alan. He's weaving his way down to the Mirabeau, now round station hairpin. And they're pulling away a pace from Gilles Villeneuve, who is still in 3rd position. Lafitte is still 4th, Watson is 5th, and Prost is 6th. And Jones nearly loses it going into the tunnel.
Jones nearly spinning there and giving Piquet a bit of breathing room. I'm very happy he didn't DNF, because honestly, I don't know if I could take it at this point.
Saint-Devote, trouble, that's Alboreto in the second of the Tyrrells, and the car in front of him, all I can tell you is that It's an Alfa. It must be Giacomelli. It's an Alfa Romeo. Yes, I can tell from the helmet and his figure that it's Giacomelli. They're off at Sandevot.
Oh my god. It's okay. As long as nothing else surprising happens in this race, I think I'll be fine.
Jones. And who's that? That is Piquet! It's Nelson Piquet, the race leader. He's lost it. I can't just see where. Yes, I can. I can recognise from the yacht in the foreground. That is at the Tabac. Nelson Piquet, the race leader. The man who's second in the World Championship, or was, because he won't be at the end of this race. If Jones goes on the way he is, Piquet out of the race. Absolute sensation.
This is madness. Let's go to Mystic Murray. Let's try and find some solace in the predictions of the Mystic Murray man.
And surely now the Monaco Grand Prix, the 39th, 1981, has got to go to Alan Jones because he has a very considerable cushion of some 30 seconds between himself and Gilles Villeneuve, who is now in second position in the Ferrari.
Oh, I hope so, Murray, because I cannot take any more drama.
I've got the news. Jones has been into the pits. Incredible. Jones has been into the pits. And according to the message that I've had, he's taken on about 3 gallons of fuel. Now, I did hear Jones's car misfire as it went past me once, but I thought I was hearing things. But Jones must be in trouble.
I cannot believe this. No one wants to win the race. Alan Jones has an issue in the dying moments of this race, and now Gilles Villeneuve is all over the back of him. Ferrari have not won a race in over a year, and Villeneuve is now chasing down Alan Jones in the dying moments of the Monaco Grand Prix.
And Rit went through to win from the last corner on the last lap. Are we going to see that happen here? It seems inconceivable to me because Alan Jones, as I have said, will know the situation. And it is impossible for someone to get past at Monaco if the man in front isn't prepared to cooperate with you, unless you've got an enormously superior car in terms of braking or engine power. But Jones must be in some sort of trouble to have allowed Villeneuve to close up on him as much as he has, and Villeneuve goes through! Fantastic! Gilles Villeneuve leads! Lap 73! Gilles Villeneuve has blasted past Alan Jones, whose car is very definitely in trouble.
Gilles Villeneuve wins and takes Ferrari's first win since the 1979 USA Grand Prix. Alan Jones limps home in P2 to cut the gap in the championship to 10 points. Lafitte completes the podium. Peroni is 4th after starting 17th. Chiva is 5th. Jura is 6th. And after that incredible race, make sure you join us next time for the Spanish Grand Prix.